It is Monday, August 24th, and we're looking at a chart for NIO. The market has been open for a little more than an hour, and for the first time ever, I like NIO better than Tesla. I've been a Tesla bull for many years, but I believe we get more bang for our buck now in NIO simply because Tesla already went to $2,000. Battery as a service, I think, is a beautiful concept. On top of it, I love how NIO is setting up, and this is how I'm playing it. I bought already the August 28th 16 calls in NIO, but I bought them on Friday. And the position is currently underwater by more than 3K because I paid 25 cents. And right now bid ask is 16 to 18 cents. So I'm down on the position, but I still like the risk reward. And I own those calls right now naked. But the plan is, if price moves above 15, I would probably turn this naked call into a call spread and sell either 17 calls, possibly 18 calls against it. But I will only do that if I see momentum to the upside and I get a good price. But let's talk about NIO's fundamentals and its new business model, battery as a service. And I think all these Mickey Mouse analysts, they simply don't understand the ramifications of this approach. I don't even know if they are capable of understanding it, because in the past they have proven to us they simply don't understand innovation. And I'm excluding Kathy Wood of ARK Invest, and I'm excluding Gene Munster of Loop Ventures. These two people, they know exactly what they're doing and they are excellent at their job. But outside of those, there is very few competent people when it comes to analysis on Wall Street. And the people who know, they simply don't talk about it. And the people who talk about it, they don't know. So since I'm talking about it, I'm assuming I don't know. But you know what I'm trying to say. It is piss poor, the analysis out there. And there are a lot of YouTubers who are 100 times smarter and their analysis 1,000 times sharper than what these professional analysts on Wall Street actually do. We are seeing a paradigm shift where the retail investor has now better information because they don't trust these fat cats and these professionals on Wall Street anymore. They go to YouTube and you can find way better information there than if you turn on CNBC or if you turn on Bloomberg. So what I'm trying to get across here is that battery as a service solves so many pain points when it comes to the transition from the internal combustion engine to electric vehicles. And by the way, the video that you just saw in the background, that is the demonstration of NIO's battery swapping technology. A lot of things have happened because it is Tuesday already. I could not finish the video on Monday. And look what is NIO doing today. It is up 12.5%. It is just skyrocketing higher on massive volume, lots of option activity. So I think odds are this rally will continue. And a couple of things happened to my current holdings as well. Let's begin by NIO. Yesterday I was only long the 16 call naked, but today I sold the 17 call against it and I got 18 cents for it. Since I paid 25 for the 16, I got 18 for the 17. That means net I paid 7 cents for a call spread that can be worth $1 if NIO expires at 17 or higher on Friday. But what I really want to talk about is why NIO is now my favorite stock, short term and long term, even after this massive spike here today to the upside. I got my epiphany last week when I really started to dig in, because before I was ignorant. I simply put NIO in the category, oh yeah, of course, it's the Tesla of China. No, it ain't. There are distinct differences between them, and I think the business model that NIO is pursuing is probably a lot more robust. They can probably grow faster, and they can probably make more money quicker than Tesla. That is why I believe NIO will kick butt, short term and long term, and why we need to keep this, keep buying spike insurance in NIO, because this can double, and it can double after it doubles. So there is a lot of things that can happen here, I believe, and it is important that we don't get shaken out by the nonsense that we probably will hear on Wall Street. Hey, it's overvalued. Look at the PE, all this crap. It is about the future. It's about the disruption. It's about the business model. It's about what can they do in 5 years, in 10 years. And I think it's a game changer. Let me explain why. So the main difference between Tesla's approach and NIO's approach is Tesla is manufacturing everything by themselves. NIO's focus is more on software, on intellectual property, and on the big picture to how to make this transition to electric vehicles more efficient. And one component of that is how they think about batteries. I showed you that video when we see the swapping technology that NIO has already developed. Tesla had it back in the day too, but they decided to discontinue it. And NIO came up with a beautiful business model that they are now selling the car separately from the battery. You can buy now a vehicle without a battery, and then you lease the battery. So this has multiple advantages. First, the upfront cost of the vehicle is lower because the 10K that you usually pay for at the beginning, which is the battery, you don't pay for it. So your down payment is lower. And what is so beautiful about that is at the same time, the resale value of your vehicle goes up because you don't have a single battery that degrades over time. That is part of your vehicle because you swap, or you have the ability to swap your battery constantly. So the owner doesn't have to suffer from the degradation of the battery. And that means your resale value is higher. It is such a beautiful concept. Another advantage is as battery technology evolves and gets better, you can simply swap your old battery for the newest technology. So now you have a vehicle that becomes smarter over time. With every over-the-air update, the vehicle gets better. On top of it, you always have the best battery technology in your vehicle. So with that, you're taking away so many painfuls to convert from an internal combustion engine to an electric vehicle. The purchasing price is going down. Your resale value is going up. You have the option to always have the best hardware, the best software. Your vehicle becomes better over time. Then NIO is now working with the government. They have government approval for their technology because the batteries are swappable. They are now eligible for the tax credits again. Also, they are open to licensing out the battery technology to other OEMs. Imagine you have a monopoly on those swapping stations. If they can get the ball rolling fast enough and build more and more swapping stations, and they become the standard, then they own this market. Then every OEM will want to use their battery because then they can use their network of swapping stations. It is such a powerful business model that I believe Wall Street is not yet pricing in. And then there are these obvious advantages to swapping because it is simply quicker when you're on a road trip to swap a battery than fully charge it at one of those superchargers. By the way, NIO is not doing one over the other. They're doing both. You have the option. If you have enough time, you simply charge your battery. If you don't have enough time, you swap it. I think it is a beautiful solution. These swapping stations, they save another problem. Right now, if you live in the city and you don't have a power wall to plug in your vehicle at night, you rely on supercharging your vehicle. That is A, time consuming, and B, your battery degrades faster if you do it that way. With these swapping stations, the batteries, when they are being swapped, the empty ones, they are getting charged in the most efficient way, so it doesn't degrade the battery. You go twice a month, swap your battery, and you can own an electric vehicle in the city. That is a problem that was not solved before. And there is one more thing that I want to bring up. NIO can then also use the batteries that are within these swapping stations to support the grid. So it could also become a virtual power plant. I'm not saying that is going to happen. They have mentioned it. They are aware of it. I talked about it in my last Tesla video. But it is all those things why I believe NIO will be a lot higher short-term and long term. And just while I was yapping here, look at it. We are now north of 14% on the day. Just incredible. Before I wrap it up, let's take a final look at the current positions. Here is our NIO call spread. The stock is now just above 17. The call spread is worth 54 cents, but what I'm really liking is 17 is the strike that I am short. So right now the call spread is only worth 54 cents. But in 3 days, on Friday, if NIO is then 17 bucks or higher, this call spread will then be worth $1. So as long as NIO does not drop from here, this position will almost double in value. That is why I like call spreads. If you want to know what options I buy and when I buy them, go to quantieti.com. You can find a lot more information about that over there. If you have a question for me personally, hit me up on StockTwits. My handle is @OptionBob.